Hi kindergarten learners, welcome back. So today we are going to be practicing our username and password. We want you to be super tech gurus and to be able to log yourself into your portal all by yourself. So we're going to be practicing that today with our keyboard practice sheet. Now, mom and dad should have written out your username and password for you. If they have not done that on your worksheet yet and they didn't get a chance to do that, you may need to pause this video and ask for some help. Ask mom and dad to either write down your username and password at the top here, or you can ask them for your login card. You're just going to need your username and password so that we can do our activity together. So the first thing that you are going to make sure you have is you're going to have this keyboard practice sheet. You're also going to make sure that you have a pack of crayons. We're going to get our eyes used to where the keys are on the keyboard for our username and password. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our username. We're going to look at the first letter here, S. All of us have the letter S as our beginning for our username. So we're going to pick a crayon. You can pick whatever color you want. It doesn't have to match the colors that you have on here. But you're going to pick a crayon and you're going to color the letter S on your keyboard. So see, I'm looking with my eyes and I see this letter S. It matches. See? So I'm going to color that key with my crayon so that I know that that's one of the keys I'm going to use on my keyboard. Then I'm going to look at the next number in my username and I'm going to find it. Now, boys and girls, if you're not familiar with the keyboard, the letters are usually down here and the numbers can be found at the top. Now, some keyboards have numbers on the side. Like I have a keyboard in my classroom that has numbers over on the side over here. So sometimes there's numbers up here and sometimes there's numbers over to the side, but I'm going to use the numbers at the top for my username and password. So I see the number 1. So this one looks a little bit different from the one on my keyboard, but they're both the number 1, so I'm going to color that in. I have the number 2 in mine, so I'm going to color the number 2. I have the number 3. I have the number 4. I'm trying my best kindergarten coloring, trying to stay in the lines here. The number 5 is in my number. The number 6 is in my number. The number 7 is in my number. The number 8 is in my number. Okay, so that's my username. Those are the keys that I'll be using for my username. Now I'm going to go down to my password and I'm going to find the numbers and the letters for my password. So I see 5. Well, I've already colored in the number 5. I don't need to color it because it's already colored in. I see the number 6. That's already colored in. I see the number 7. I've already got that one colored in too. And the number 8. See how I'm using my finger? I'm kind of pointing. It helps me to keep track of what I have colored and what I haven't. So then I'm going to look, oh, I need a letter M. Now, I see a letter M down here that's lowercase. If you are someone who is still working on your lowercase letters, you can pull that alphabet chart out again, and you can use the alphabet chart to help you find the letters. So if you don't know what the lowercase letter is, you can pull that alphabet chart out to help you. So I'm going to put the letter M. I'm going to color it. And the letter C, I'm going to color it. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to show you one other important key after we're all done that we're going to need to color as well. So we have the number 8, I've already colored, and number 1, I've already colored. Now, I have colored all the keys that I will need to use for my username and password except for 1. You need to pick a different color, and we're going to color what's called the shift key on our keyboard. So this key right here, see this? It's got CTRL, and then right above it is the shift key. It's right under the kind of like magnifying glass. So we're going to color this shift key a different color than we used before, because this is also a key that we're going to use when we do our password, because these are uppercase letters, so we need to make sure that we hold the shift key down to make those uppercase letters. You're going to do, there's another one over here. If you look, see these arrows? There's another shift key, so it can be done on either side. If you're a right-handed person, it might be easier to use the one on the left. If you're a left-handed person, it might be easier for you to use the one on the right. Okay, so now that I have all of my keys colored, now it's time to practice. So I always teach my kindergartners the best way for us to practice our username is to point to what we want to type first and keep our finger there, and then find it on the keyboard and type it. So I'm going to point to the letter S. I'm going to find, now remember I colored all my keys, so I should be able to look and find it quickly. Find S, type it. Then I'm going to move my finger. I see the number 1. I'm going to go up here. I see it's already colored in. I type it. Then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to move to the next number. 2. Type it. 3. Type it. 4. Type it. 5. Type it. 6. Type it. 7. Type it. 8. Type it. Now if you noticed, every time I finished typing, I moved my finger over to the next digit in my username. Now your username probably isn't like mine. It's probably different numbers and different letters, so you'll have to look carefully because it's probably not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like mine. Now let's try our password. So we're going to point to the number 5. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. 7, 8. Now this is the tricky part, boys and girls. See our uppercase letters here? So we need to hold the shift key while we type it. So now this one you're going to have to move your finger. So I'm going to put my finger on the shift key and I have to press down and keep that shift key down while I type the letter M. So I'm going to pretend I'm holding that down and I'm going to type the letter M. Now I'm going to go up there and put my finger on the letter M and I'm going to move it over. Now I need to type the letter C. So I'm going to keep my finger on the shift key and then I'm going to type the letter C. Now we have to let go. We can't touch the shift key anymore because if we do, it'll mess up our password. And then we're going to press the last 2 numbers. So we have 8 and then I move my finger over and 1. Okay, boys and girls, so what you're going to do for the rest of this practice time, you're going to keep doing that. You're going to point to your letters and your numbers, and you're going to practice typing them. Now, we've colored them in, so it should be easy to find them. Now, if you want a superstar challenge, you think you are so ready for this, you don't need those colors on it. On the back, you guys have another one. Mine doesn't have it, but on the back of yours, there is another keyboard. You can have mom and dad write your username and password on the other side that you haven't colored in, and you can try typing in without the colors to see if you can find the keys quickly. And then even further challenge is to go ahead and get your keyboard on your computer and practice typing it on the real keyboard so that you can log in. All right, boys and girls, hopefully you will be our tech gurus. We can't wait to hear from your parents. We're hoping that you are being independent and you can do it all by yourself. Have fun practicing your username and password, and we'll look for those tech gurus this week.